In this video I'm gonna show you how I created this first-person horror short inspired by the urban legend The Goatman. If you don't know what the Goatman is, it's basically a skinwalker slash Wendigo type creature that lurks in the woods and terrorizes people with its distinct metallic smell and by imitating the voices of its victims. So I wanted to create a short 3D animation from a first-person perspective to visualize what an encounter with the Goatman could look like. I started with blocking out the environment using assets I found on Sketchfab. I updated the textures a little bit with materials from Polyhaven and then downloaded a bunch of different assets to kitbash a detailed environment for the inside of this cabin. I brought in new windows and doors, added some furniture and some background details such as the bed and the kitchen area. To get some interesting shadows and highlights across the interior scene, I placed a point light inside this lantern model. This created some really interesting light dynamics which I could then use to highlight different areas of the scene. I wanted the windows to look foggy so it was harder to see through them, so I texture painted this custom fog map that I used to drive the roughness of the glass. Now it was time to start working on the Goatman creature. I used the AI modeling software Meshy, the sponsor of this video, to generate the base mesh for the goat-human hybrid. The output was surprisingly accurate to the creature I described, and you get these 4 options to choose from, so I downloaded the best version and brought it into Blender to do some cleanup. I posted the arms out like this for rigging, slimmed it down a little and smoothed out any areas that the AI didn't get quite right. Overall, I'm really blown away with the accuracy of this AI tool, but it's not a complete replacement for traditional 3D workflows. It's more like a tool to sort of supercharge certain areas of it and make you a little bit faster. Then I sculpted this humanoid face on it and imported it back into Meshy to generate a quick base texture. As you can see, it does a good job at quickly iterating concepts, and with a little bit of manual cleanup, the end result is really solid. Definitely a great add-on to my workflow for this video, and I can see how this will be an invaluable asset to indie creators such as myself in the future. Especially if you're working as a one-man studio, this is really cool to quickly be able to create custom assets that you can just drop into your scenes, and it works really good for background assets and that kind of stuff. If you're interested in checking out this program for yourself, check out the link in the description and use my code MESHYHALF to get 50% off. Big thanks to Meshy for sponsoring this video. Once the final Goatman model was done, I rigged it in Mixamo and gave it this motion captured animation that I got from my Rococo suit. To create the main character, I slapped together a couple of different clothing assets and quickly generated this face and hair texture using Meshy. This is pretty much magic to me, it got it right on the first try, and yeah, I mean, if I didn't have this tool I would probably just like project a texture onto the face, which wouldn't turn out as good. So yeah, this is quite a cool tool. The whole first-person animation was one continuous motion capture shot, and all I did to have it line up with the environment was to animate the root bone slightly. This way the character could interact with the window curtain, the metal fireplace tool and the car door in one fluid motion. And you won't really be able to see this foot sliding from the first-person perspective. Now it was time to make this environment actually look like a forest, so I brought in this leaves texture for the ground and gathered all the vegetation assets from Polyhaven. A great trick I use to render vegetation is to give each asset this node tree, which basically replaces the mesh with a convex hull in the viewport. This allows you to render millions of polygons and still keep the viewport responsive. I rendered the animation overnight and then added some sound design to fit the visuals. A fun method I used to get the voice of the Goatman was to record my voice, then reverse it, then try to imitate that sound and reverse it back again. Wolle. 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 Hello. This gives it a very off feeling, like the creature doesn't understand the words, it's just repeating what it's heard. And this was the final result. No, it's fine, it's fine. It just, I don't know if you've had this before, but it's like this really strong smell. Are you sure there isn't like a dead mouse or somewhere? No, I checked everywhere. It's like maybe it's coming from outside. Hold on a sec.
Hello?
Something outside. There's some animal outside here.
I mean, I took away all the food and stuff, so there shouldn't be any
What
issue.
Hello?
Hello? Hello? Are you
Can I help
still
you?
there? Is everything fine?
And I help you.
Hello?
Hello?
You need to go away.
Help me so away.
That's not right.
Hello. And I help you.
What is that? I gotta get out of here. What's that? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.